How you doing?
Good to hear from you.
Cheryl.
Yeah, we can tell, Cheryl.
Yeah. We know who you are.
I'm a Cheryl.
We all recognize your voice.
Okay, I couldn't help myself.
Right. Is this a controlling female on the line?
I believe it is.
Say how. Okay. Hey, I wanted to get some information about a fundraiser. I'm a volunteer at the headquarters, and I wanted to give the public some information about
Thank you.
a fundraiser at Johnny's Pizza in St. Martinville, Louisiana, tomorrow night, Monday, from 5 until 8, and they're donating 20% of the proceeds to the fundraising. It's the Johnny's Pizza is somewhere near the middle of St. Martinville. It's not very.
It's only 2 blocks, so you can't miss it. We can find Johnny's Pizza, and that's where we'll have supper tomorrow night for sure. That's
okay,
wonderful.
Good. I was hoping you'd say that, Hal.
Absolutely.
And I believe that's 20% on anything, takeout, dine-in, anything that you buy, right? So.
So we need to
And it's
truck
good pizza.
And their pizza's phenomenal.
It is.
Yeah.
Really good.
It's only 14 miles to St. Martinsville, and you know there's
Thank you,
only
Miss Cheryl.
the whole town downtown is only 3 or 4 blocks, so you're not going to have any trouble. You can ask anybody there where Johnny's Pizza is, and we're going to find it. So all of you guys support this effort, and you can have your supper there. Thank you so much for calling.
See you there. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Cheryl.
So there was a fundraiser
There you
coming up.
go.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I wasn't too
Cheryl-
sure on the details, so I didn't want to,
Right. Cheryl got it down. That's great.
Johnny's Pizza, Monday night.
5 to 8.
5 to 8, St. Martinsville. Big time.
Well, you know, again, you look at all the sheriff's departments, and man, they put this on the front burner. They sent teams out the day of the call in the morning or the next day.
Yeah.
Search every one of those camps, and you know it's great they didn't find anything. But it's so important that you have this support net out there, you know.
Absolutely.
And
And,
of
all,
course-
the, all the police that came on their, off days and on their, after work and came and did searches, I mean, with us and for us.
A lot of St. Martin Parish
And
guys who did
Iberia.
shift work. They were there on their days off.
Iberia. I know there's no, I don't even know if there's words to describe how great those guys have been. Just in the Lafayette Parish and all the surrounding parishes, with the effort from the police departments.
It's so important with those guys because they've been down this road before. I mean, they've been involved in these searches and look for efforts, and so they bring all that experience into the issue. You know, it's super important. Those guys are helpful. Just a caring community, and we get back to this. Can we make because of this event? Do we need to do safe bike trails around the community more than a quarter of a mile around the Coliseum?
And the bike trails that we have, I mean, most of them are still not very safe.
No.
And this is a college community. Gas is expensive, so sometimes it is easier to hop on your bike for a 3 or 4 mile ride
You
than
don't
it
have
is.
any parking spot problems.
Yeah.
It's great, yeah.
I mean, that's the thing too, get out there and, I don't want to say harass, but, make some noise with
Rally.
rally up. Yeah, group up. Make some noise with the local government about that. If everybody does that, I promise they can't tell us all no. They can really start to make some changes, some positive changes, can come from a situation like this.
When we look at the bike trails in Denver, it's most impressive that they ran the trails along the beds of the coulees. And so sometimes they flood, no big deal. That might be once a year. The rest of the time they serve beautifully as bike trails. And they go under the roadways. They don't because they cross at the bridges. We have coulees all over Lafayette. So we got another call. Let's speak to this. You on the air? Can we help you?
Yeah, just one more question here. What would you think about having the coulees covered for bike trails?
Well, I don't know if you'd want to cover them, but there's plenty of room along those coulees. Nearly all those coulees have easements for dredging, and and then they have a lot of room. Even the cement coolers, you only need about 6 feet for a bike path. 8 feet would do real well. So you could see if this community wanted to do it, they could just put those bike rails literally right in the coolers, and they go all over town.
What about putting grading over the coulees, and then they could just ride on top of the coulees?
Well, that presents problems. Well, I don't know. It's all a cost issue. How much you're going to spend to do it. But you certainly could, if you wanted to, use those coolers for bike trails.
Well, and I bet
Most
you
of the time, you could use them
would.
for bike trails just in the bottom of them, because they hardly ever have water in them. They cement coolers, they drain instantly. So when the high water comes, you don't use them. But I think that's a doable thing. So there are answers and solutions, and it might not be everything, but it could be part of the solution to use the coolers and the bridges that are over them, because that gives you a path that doesn't conflict with traffic. And we need to be thinking of, bike rails that do not conflict with automobiles, because the automobiles win that every time. And we've had several fatalities in this community on bikes. That's very sad statement. Yes, very recently. So we really desperately need to do a better job to encourage biking around the community, because it saves our air quality, it saves parking space, saves fuel, and it's very healthful.
Yeah, another thing, when I was working at the command center, a lot of the young people that do ride bikes, I was surprised by how many people have been bumped by vehicles and knocked off their bikes. And they said what we probably need to do is get the whole community to have lessons for vehicles and bike riders, you know.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's definitely something, that you, like I said before, you just, harass the local government about spreading knowledge and word about that. I hate to use the word
Let's
harass.
use the word rally.
Rally, okay.
Rally the
harass.
troops.
How about petition or lobby?
Petition or lobby, that's even better.
Well, it's cheaper to make a bike trail than a road, I can guarantee you. So, and we should be thinking out of the box. I think there's an effort to bring the Attakapaw, Echac Trail from downtown Lafayette all the way to Lake Martin. It should continue on from Lake Martin on to the Bayou Teche and across to the Henderson levee system, where you can run it all the way down to Patterson and all the way up to Crutch Springs and further. And there's no better place than those levees. On the dry side of the levees, you had a 8-foot asphalt trail there. You'd have virtually hardly no conflict with automobiles. Fabulous scenery, and great and a meaningful trail that would be 100 miles that would challenge riders. And we've had people come into Lafayette in the last month or so, taking bike trips across the country. One couple from New Orleans all the way to Texas and back to Lafayette. We helped. Then another group of 11 who was banging away trying to knock Exxon. Lillian, who was on the phone, helped with that, housed them and took care of them. But they were biking all the way from Memphis to New Orleans, through Lafayette, Lake Charles, Houston, and all the way to Dallas, where they hope to present a petition to Exxon headquarters in Dallas. So biking is very meaningful.
Really touched by Mickey's story. They, and they took some flyers with them to post on their way as they went from Jennings to Beaumont. They're stopping community by community on their way to Dallas. But I think that this tragedy of Mickey, the way the community came together, what I saw, it looked like a major sporting event over Memorial Day weekend, all those cars, all those people.
Yeah.
I think we have the power to really transform Lafayette like never before.
Absolutely. Believe
While we're
me,
finding Mickey, we can make these permanent changes to make everybody safe.
Absolutely. Make this a better, healthier, safer community. It's super important. And the communities that are listening in, New Iberia, Abbeville, all those communities will be thinking along the same lines, because they all have youngsters and oldsters who would rather ride a bike You know, it's helpful, it's peaceful, it's quiet, it doesn't make noise, it doesn't burn gasoline, you know, it doesn't pollute the air.
And it's good exercise.
All the benefits, super exercise, keep you trim and thin. So anyway, but thank you so much for the call.
Okay,
Yes,
this has been a great show.
Right,
Thanks.
appreciate it. Yeah, we the bike crew, you know, tours that, man, they go on across the country,
Yeah.
and man, think of some of the roads they got to run in Louisiana.
I think we're about out of time. So we want to just reiterate, to come by the new headquarters, pick up flyers, take out flyers, take them up. If you know anything, somebody knows something, and if you know something, then let's do the Shunick family give them a huge relief, and call it in the tip line, call it into the private investigator, and let's get this situation resolved. Let's get this. Let's let them sleep at night.
Thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you.
4, 3, 2. You guys are on. Oh, you're live.
Welcome to Ecologic for the month of June. We've just passed the summer solstice, the longest day, June 21st. Now the days are getting shorter and should be getting cooler, we hope. Not today, it must have hit 100 today. I'm very pleased to have with us the search team and the folks who are helping to find Mickey Shunick. Charlie's sister, Eric Ebner, and Caleb Milliken. Guys who've given their time for the last month to try to bring an answer to unanswered questions, and they're here to tell us the story of what we know, what we hope to find out, and so forth. Who wants to start off? Charlie, you want to tell us how how all this developed, and idea of what kind of response we've had from the community in the area?
Yeah.